Good morning. Sun's up there. I'm gonna plant up some planters that I've been putting off for too long. This is an elephant ear. Move that out of the way, please. This is a Tradescantia, or a wandering dude, I think is what we're calling it nowadays. It started out as like a shoot, a little garden plant like this big, a little pot filler, you know. 3-4 years ago, I don't know, brought it in the house, overwintered it, which is basically let it sit there and I ignore it for a few months. Really, I hardly give it any water over winter. And then drag it out in the summer. Actually, okay, so it lived a year. It came in the house, it grew to about this size. And then I dumped it out and I split it in half and I grew 2 more. And then those got to be so big that I split those and my mother has one, my mother-in-law has one. This one, I think my mother-in-law has 2, now that I think about it. But anyway, so I just keep hanging on to it and potting it back up again. So I'm gonna split this one in half and I'm gonna bang it in this big pot along with one of these Mammer Jammers. I don't know, it's a nice day. The birds are talking. And I thought if you wanted a window to something else, here you go. I am not at all prepared, so you can watch me bumble around. Get out of here. First off, all this rock from last season. You know what I did this fall? I put some tulips in here, along with the ones in that big wooden bed out back. Nothing came up. Not the tulips in here, not the tulips in that bed, no, none of them. It's like I didn't even plant them, but I did. I have it on film. I know I did. Anyway. So I don't know, they're in here somewhere. I'm just gonna plant right over the top of them. It's wet, it's dark soil. I don't know. Not too wet, you know, it drains. I drilled extra holes in these planters a couple of years ago because it's actually double walled, so sometimes the water will sit in there, but I got it out. Where am I going? Here you go. We're gonna dump that out. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze in here. Here we go. This is you can't see that. There is a little tiny wayward, what looks like a lupine that's grown in here. There's some morning glories in the other one. I have 2 of these. I feel like I should dig it out and go put it in the ground somewhere, and I think I might. Let me get all this rock out of here. Yeah, you're not gonna make it. Here we go. That's dirt. Soil. I received the most wonderful Christmas present. That's what you call a hori-hori knife. It's very sharp. I cut myself. It doesn't honestly look like it's that much, but it is. It's pretty durable, and it did cut through my hand. It pierces right through the ground, any kind, topsoil, clay, you know, rock. Just kind of goes right in there. But boy, has that become just the most handy thing out here. Sorry, my hair's everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig this guy out real quick. Really quickly. Yes, that was me correcting my own grammar. There we go, look at that, look at that. A little root ball on him. I'm gonna take some of this with, right out of there. Maybe I should just leave him in there for a minute. He's doing so well. let them get a little bigger and then put them out in the yard, you know. We'll see. That'll work for now. Get them out of the way. Okay. There was a big old wasp out here earlier. He's chewing on my deck rails. I think I heard him chewing before I saw him. I mean, really, he's huge. I was gonna try and catch a video, but he's gone on. He's moved on. So, not cut ourselves with that. Here, clean it up a little. There we go. It's so pretty. I really like it. Anyway, I was gonna make a joke about knives, but I won't. Okay, look at that. I'm just gonna dig a hole, push all that rock that I was sort of moving, and just push it aside here. Who should we stick in here? We have this poor one that needs a home. This real big jammer needs a place to live. Let's put you in there. I'm gonna dump all those rocks out of there that I hang on to. Squeeze him a little bit. He'll probably pop right out of there. I'm gonna have to make a hole for him. There we go. Come on. Come out of there. There we go. Oh. Yeah, you think he needs a little more room? Maybe? Maybe. I should probably dig a hole before I do this. I have some Crocs in the bottom. I'm gonna hang on to those. Okay. Roots, that's fine. These guys I overwinter as well. I take them in the house. I dig them out of here and I put them in here and I set them somewhere in the house and I ignore them. That way, I mean, you can start new ones every spring, but I don't know. I hate watching them die, you know? I want to save their lives, so I hang on to them. Okay, hang on, big guy. We need to make you a home. A little deeper. I should grab an actual spade. Hey, bub. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, I have one close by. I'm half curious, you know, to know why the tulips didn't do anything. Like, I was half tempted to, tuck that in there, Jesus. I was half tempted to dump the whole thing out and start over, but, or just to take a look at the tulips that are in there somewhere and find out why. Like, are they soggy? Are they frozen? I mean, well, no, freezing wouldn't do anything. Did they rot? Oh, look at, there it is. Rot and do nothing. I don't believe that is a gladiola bulb. That is a tulip that just didn't do anything. Too wet? I suppose. Anyway. Here. Get you in here. The other ones can, oh, there's another one. That's fun. You know what's, ooh, really, ooh, squidgy. Run your finger through that a few times. Just throw it out there in the lawn. I could just leave it in the pail, right? It'll feed the next plant. So, okay, I think that's enough. Right? No, we're making a mess. Are you growing up sideways or out? Okay. Oh, you're fine. Put you right up next to the wall here. I don't have enough room. Get in there. Okay. I'm going to end up with rocks in my soil. That's fine. It's probably fine. Especially if it's too wet, that the tulips are sogging. What the hell? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now, make room for half a dude. Okay? More rock. Come here. Let's check this on. Did I even use that spade? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, I don't even know how much room I'm gonna need until I bust this other one in half. There. Stay there. Come here. This guy. I think I should dump him out on the lawn instead of right here on my deck and the rug and everything. It gets a lot, you know, it's a mess to sweep up. So let's move a little bit. I think I can just turn you to where we're going to. You know what? We'll just pick it up and move it. Let's go this way. Where are we going? Yeah, I know. There we go. Actually, you probably need to come closer, don't you? Yeah. Whoop. All right, I'm getting in here. There you are. Here's my mess. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Okay. There isn't any rock on this one. I don't have to worry about gravel. Just dirt. A lot of dirt. Soil. Can you see me from here? I'm gonna go put some of this out back. Come with me. Now, right, because of the nature of this plant, it's a trailer, for one thing. So it's going to reach out and start putting new roots and shoots. Here, it's looking for somewhere else to take hold to continue its lifespan. These ones die from the center out. So if you're in the house and you notice the center of your plant is really starting to die and there's nothing you can do about it, of your Tradescantia specifically, stop watering it, for one thing. You've probably given it more than enough. Pull it out of the pot. Bust it in half. And then pot it back up, and it'll probably be rejuvenated and come back to life. Take that center dead part out if you have to. It's also true for hosta. They die from the center out. It's completed its lifespan at that point. So, well, you can't see this. The thing is, though, this type of plant, it's like a philodendron. It needs its roots sort of put together. So when I pull this apart, I'm probably going to lose a few, and that's just how it is. Okay, a few of the, what do I mean here? The tendrils, the part of the plant. Here. Doing it on the steps probably isn't the smartest thing either. Here we go. Let's find a place. You know, it'd be better to do, the best way to do it. I'm gonna cut it in half. What do I do with my shovel? Spade. Okay? Be brave. Just like that. That was pretty easy. There's not much to it. Okay? Oh, there you go, big guy. So I'm gonna take, when I was really little, we'll put him in the other one. Take this little clump here. And we're gonna throw it in there with that elephant here. Come with. Back to there we go. Okay. How do you like that editing, huh? That's fun. Here, like that. My little thing keeps, there we go. Where's the top of it? No, I can't even. There we go. Stick it in there. Like that. Yep, laundry later, that's fine. Here we go. Oops, see, it kind of falls apart. It likes to be in a little tighter, compactor space. It'll live, it'll be fine. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little root here and I'm just gonna jam it back in the dirt. Soil, whatever you wanna call it. Planting medium, sure. Here's another little piece that's kind of, I want to just jam them all in there. It's fine. Put some soil in here, kind of backfill. It's fine. Oh, buddy, I might have, you're fine, you'll come back. He got a little beat up in the move. You know, these ones are pretty tough though. You know, don't overwater them and they'll be fine. A little bit of shade. They don't sit out here in the middle of July and August in the full sun. Put it that way. They don't like that. They sit under the umbrella, you know. Once the sun goes this way, all of this is shade. So they're just gonna sit here. You get morning sun, that's about it. Do I not have a bucket full of soil close by? I do not. Hang on. Oh, look at little bits and pieces. You know, the thing is, it'll root the same way like a strawberry plant will, you know. You could just, I could put a piece of it with some soil over the top of it and it'll sprout a new plant. Just any random, this would start a whole new plant. I just stick it in the soil. We'll stick it in here for now. Just jam it all in there, it'll be fine. Okay, let me grab some potting soil so I can fill that up. Oops. Oops. Look out. Excuse me, bro. Let's go this way. Here, come up. Okay, apologies. It's just easier if I fill a 5-gallon bucket up with soil instead of dragging that. What size is that bag anyway? I mean, 50 pounds, 100 pounds? I don't know. Let me look. 56? Yeah. 56 pounds. That's heavy enough. So, oh, there's some more of them tulips. Ah, man, no, they rotted. Well, now I know what happened. I guess. I mean, the thing is they didn't sprout, so I don't know. Did they rot because they didn't sprout? Right? Because that happens. That would be the natural course of action. Anyway. Let me catch my breath. Excuse me. I'm a mess. It's the mailman. I don't know what it is about those little engines on those mail trucks. It makes my dog insane. Nothing's changed in the last, since he's been alive. Every day. And yet he gets just as jazzed every time. Man, where's your end? Are you growing more than one? That looks like it. Okay. I'm trying to save as much as I can here. Here we go. Throw some soil in there, just right over the top. It's fine. Kind of bury it. I love purple and green together. I think that's one of my favorites. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a treat. There we go. How's that? Ah! You know what? You're probably fine. How about you can be compost? Okay. Make sure that soil's in there, right? Don't want any air gaps around the roots. Yeah. He looks a little scraggly now, but he'll be all right. Okay, and all that grit that I pulled off earlier, we're gonna put it back on top. Okay, soil and grit basically is what it was. Get new grit? No, it's the same stuff. Okay. Just need a little bit of mulch over the top of that. There we go. Get in there. That's what that does for me. All right. Well, next thing. How you doing, buddy? Look, he looks pretty beat up, right? You can leave him on there. He's got lots of growth on him. We'll clean him up a little bit, okay? I'm gonna clean him up. Make him look pretty. We'll put it in the compost. It'll be fine. You got somebody living in there? Oops, sorry. See how the leaf curled up? Something make a little spoopy spider nest in there. It's fine. He can go make it in the compost heap. All right. Put you back. Come here. I need to put some water in there. A little bit. Oh, here, look at this. Oh, look here, there's some right there. Let's water that in. Okay, trying to get it in the roots. There's no point in watering leaves. Hang on, I'm gonna grab a little more from the water bud. Get this elephant ear some. Or a, what is that, a Tao? T-A-O? I'm not sure. Just know it as an elephant ear, you know. Anyway, there. I know, he looks a little scraggly right now, but you give him a week or two, and it gets nice and big. It's nice and pretty. Well, I've got one more to do, but you know what? I might take a break for a minute and have some lunch. I'll come back out and do the other one later. Yeah. You have a good day.